Hey, this is Coach Kat, and welcome to another day. This is the third one of the 7 reasons why coaches give up too soon. If you haven't already checked out first and second day, I suggest that you do. We cover two topics, one of them being perfectionism and the other one being vagueness. And once again, if you haven't checked them out, please do so. There's a lot of good stuff shared there. And we're going to continue that momentum with today's topic, which is uncertainty. But before I do that, I just want to remind you one more time that if you need more help and you want to get even deeper knowledge of some of the patterns that keep coaches stuck, I have a great class at classwithcat.com that will share with you one single pattern that is responsible for coaches' success. So, without further ado, let's dive into today's topic, uncertainty. All right, so first and foremost, what I've noticed with coaches is that they get really in their head about who they help and how they help their clients. And this goes hand in hand with niching down. And I noticed that there is a fear that always comes up, or if I niche down or if I'm too specific, then I'm missing out on helping other people. And what you're doing in that time frame is basically just keeping yourself from moving forward. And ultimately, it leads you to believing that you can't do it, or that what you have to offer is not good. If you're feeling uncertain about who you help, what I suggest is getting out there and start having a lot of conversations. It will help you dial in your message. It will help you understand who you resonate with. And then it will help you figure out a system. Also, another thing that people are uncertain about is how uncertainty are keeping coaches stuck is not knowing how to get to your goals. In this particular case, it happens for several reasons. One of them being we have a lot of information coming at us. We have a lot of people suggesting different things. And you feel like, okay, if I take this route, I don't know if this is going to deliver me to my goals. One example, so just I don't really just talk in general. If, for example, it's like where you host your courses, there's all these apps and softwares out there that basically at the end tell you that you can do XYZ, but they do it a little bit differently. My suggestion is pick one and stick with it. Even though someone else may have, better whistles and whatnot, what I suggest is sticking with one. Because what happens if you jump from one to another, you're going to constantly feel overwhelmed and be bombarded with different learning curves, and it's only going to slow you down. So pick one, stick with it until you get to your goals. Number 3, the reason why people feel uncertain and coaches really allow uncertainty to get in the way of having a successful business is because they project their fears onto their business. It may be fears related to money. It may be fears related to rejection. It may be fear related to your self-worth, to whether or not you're good enough. There's all these fears that get projected onto the business, which creates a lot of uncertainty. And when you're in an uncertain place, you'll have a harder time gaining momentum. Another thing is feeling alone or without a good support system. Yes, a lot of coaches really feel lost. They feel that they have to battle this monster. And when I say monster, I mean all the technical stuff and all the order of things in which we have to, put together a business. And when you're doing that on your own and you feel like you're not getting anywhere, it can be very daunting. It can feel very uncertain. It's not like when you work a job and you have a boss or someone above you, or maybe entity that's already has been there for quite some time and has rules and regulations. So that once you learn your job, you all you need to do and be in charge of is this specific amount of tasks. But when you start your own business, it can feel as though you have to juggle everything, and it can feel very lonely and it can feel overwhelming. And especially without a good support system, I can see why a lot of coaches, and myself included, once again, I'm sharing my story because I know how much I wanted to quit many, many times just because I felt like I was going nowhere fast. And once again, this brings me back. I continue to want to share with you because if you jump on the class that I told you about, it will teach you some things that I noticed over the years, a pattern that can dictate how fast you get to your success. And once again, go to classwithkat.com and check it out for yourself. It's free. There's no obligations. You can unsubscribe anytime. I really am here to serve and serve in any way possible. Last one is you're feeling very uncertain because you believe that it's too complicated and you can't figure it out. Now, here is what I always recommend, and this is a conversation I'm having with every single person that jumps on a call with me. If you feel it's too complicated, it is because you're making it too complicated. When you're first starting out, you only need 2-3 things. First, figuring out who you're helping. Second, getting, Zoom or getting on your phone, and then having a way to take payment. If you're adding more and more and more to your plate because you think all those other things, such as, writing a book and having this fancy website and having the ads and having the funnels and all these other things that are really not necessary, then you definitely can start feeling like everything is too complicated and you won't be able to figure it out. And especially as a new coach, and even if you've been in the business for quite some time, generally we tend to add more fancy things to the process because we think that is perceived as valuable or people are going to take you more seriously. But in truth is, if you feel uncertain and you don't take action is the key word, then your business is most likely going to lag. So if you're stuck trying to figure out a very complex process, then you're probably not out there having the conversations and getting people to jump on a call with you and getting people to sign up with you so you can start making money, and ultimately not having to learn all the parts of the business, especially online. You can start hiring people and you can start delegating the things that you don't think you're good at. And I know for majority of the coaches, the technical part is what keeps them stuck, and unfortunately is the part where they keep staying. So if you're hearing this, I suggest that you get off that train and you start simplifying your process. So I hope this has helped you. I know we covered quite a bit. I really want to hear what you thought of it. If you have any other ways you're feeling uncertain, share with me in the comments below. If this has helped you, share with someone else that you think may also benefit from it. And one last time, I want to invite you to classwithkat.com to check out the one pattern that allows me to really tell whether or not a coach will be successful in business. It's super easy, and I can guarantee that you're probably there yourself. I know I was, and once I started understanding that and really taking a look from that perspective, everything started shifting for me, and it can create an immense value for you and your business. So I will see you tomorrow.